is important for everybody, so let's begin. For those of you who haven't met me on arrival, I'm Andrew Sloan. I'm the CEO of Regus Operating Companies Mauritius. It's a pleasure to welcome you all here, and I'd like to thank Marie-Noël, Geraldine and Rebecca from Talent Factory for extending the invitations and being by our side through our journey of communication. It's always a pleasure to work with them. We also have with us our Center Manager, Angelina, who's at back there. She'll be assisting afterwards for those of you who wish to do a formal visit of the center. On my left is Caroline. She's our acting area sales manager, and to be introduced shortly to you. To close the meeting, we have Jonathan Siab, who's the Executive Director of Happy World Property Limited. So, a warm welcome to you all. Thank you very much for joining us today. For those of you who don't know Regus, we are part of a global organization of over 4,000 centers operating in more than 120 countries. And customers who occupy offices with us or have agreements with us, and we have various options for that, have access to the global reach and the global network of Regus worldwide. An office at Regus is a quick plug-and-play solution, and Caroline, I'm sure, is going to tell you a little bit more about what we offer, but it's flexible, it's easy for a company arriving in Mauritius who needs to get started quickly. They don't need to get into any long-term agreements. Regus offers them an easy entry and relatively easy and flexible solutions to getting their business up and running. Why Port-Louis? We have 3 centers in Mauritius, but this one is located in Port-Louis, which is still very much an important CBD and in the heart of the financial district of Port-Louis, as well as surrounded by all the lawyers, notaries, and legal professionals, as well as close proximity to the courts as well. Not only is legal and financial important, but a lot of the other institutions, government institutions that startup companies might require, are very much located in Port-Louis. We're very accessible to those as well. Modern workspace is, again, I come back to the word about flexibility, but it's also about the opportunity of co-working and connecting with other people from similar industries or even other industries. It's very much one of the hallmarks of what Regus offers. I don't want to dwell too much. I'd rather leave it to somebody with years of expertise in our business. Caroline, share your thoughts with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Alors, merci à tout le monde. Donc, bonjour dans un premier temps. Bonjour à tous. Merci d'avoir répondu présent à notre invitation. Donc, comme Andrew vient de faire mention, donc je suis Caroline Charlot, donc la Acting Area Sales Manager pour les centres de Regus que nous avons ici à Maurice. Donc nous avons 3 locations, Eben, Port-Louis et Grand B, et le centre de Port-Louis est notre petit bijou. Donc comme Andrew l'a bien spécifié, donc nous sommes dans le cœur même de la capitale, donc au cœur du secteur juridique, financier et tout ce qui est attorney, surveilleur et autres. Donc nous sommes là pour vous accompagner, vous, vos collègues, vos proches, peu importe. Donc si vous avez du business, donc on est là pour vous accompagner et nous sommes là comme une extension pour votre compagnie. Que vous soyez un petit business, une start-up, une grande firme, que vous avez besoin d'avoir une première présence ici à Maurice. Donc nous sommes là pour vous assister de la partie A à la partie Z. Comme je le redis, donc une extension pour votre compagnie. Donc nous sommes fiers d'avoir le centre ici, donc que ce soit à Eben, à Port-Louis et à Grand B. Donc Port-Louis reste notre petit bijou. Donc les services que nous proposons ici à Regus, donc tout dépend vraiment de votre demande. Que vous soyez un start-up, vous avez besoin d'une adresse, on est là pour vous donner une adresse professionnelle. Donc, vous n'êtes pas physiquement ici, mais votre compagnie est domiciliée ici chez nous, qui vous donne déjà une grande présence sur le sol mauricien et pas mal d'ouverture également à l'échelle internationale. Donc, Comme Andrew l'a redit encore une fois, donc nous sommes sur plus de 4000 centres à travers le globe, qui vous donne déjà une panoplie d'ouverture, donc que vous pensez à bouger, à voyager. Donc là, vous n'êtes pas uniquement membre de l'équipe de Regus ici à Maurice, mais vous êtes partie prenante, partie entière de la communauté globale de Regus. Ce qui nous différencie, nous, Regus, des autres service providers, donc moi je dirais plus l'équipe. L'équipe, donc nous sommes une valeur ajoutée pour vous assister. Donc vous n'avez qu'à être là dans votre bureau, à focus sur votre business, et nous faisons la grande partie du boulot, donc on s'occupe du reste. Uniquement votre bureau, donc le bureau il est fully furnished, donc c'est du plug and play, il n'y a pas de stress, vous emmenez vos équipements et là c'est l'internet direct à haut débit que vous aurez avec nos facilités. Donc les meubles que nous avons, donc très modernes également, donc très ergonomiques, donc de quoi vous faire passer une bonne journée au boulot. Alors nous avons également mis l'emphase sur les services que nous offrons. Donc nous sommes là pour tout gérer pour vous et à vous donner une des meilleures expériences que vous pensez vous pouvoir trouver peut-être ailleurs, mais qu'on a certainement ici chez Regus. Alors, je ne vais pas trop m'attarder, donc je vais laisser maintenant la parole à M. Jonathan, peut-être qui a quelques petits mots sur la franchise de Happy World, donc sur les points que Happy World a rajoutés sur les services que Regus donne déjà et comment Happy World a fait bouger un peu plus les choses ici avec nous.
Merci Darwin. Donc, just a few words. I've just joined the Regus team and I'm currently working on a few files. So, and also I'd like to say that the team that I've joined has a wonderful energy and are very well motivated. I wish Caroline all the best in her new acting role. And I also wish to thank Talent Factory for organizing the event and the media for assisting us, of course. Thank you very much for coming and joining us.
Thank you Caroline, thank you Jonathan. Before I know there's a nice breakfast brunch waiting for us, but before going to that, I'd just like to connect. We have a consultant from South Africa, Jean-Paul Boyer. Okay, he's going to talk to us a little bit about the relevance of Mauritius to the foreign direct investment. Jean-Paul is actually a senior commercial broker for Brawl in the auctions and sales department in Southern Africa, and also a real estate strategy consultant.
Port-Louis. My name is Jean-Paul Boyer, and thank you very much for coming through today. Andrew and the Regus business in Mauritius have asked me just to, chat a little bit why Mauritius is still relevant for foreign direct investment and how that translates specifically into the real estate sector and taking up space. Even with the new budget that was released recently, understanding the reasons behind that, there's still a lot of interest for foreign direct investment in Mauritius, based on the trade agreements that Mauritius has, in the African continent and obviously the East as well. Mauritius has got the CECPA Cooperative and Partnership Agreement with India, which represents a significant opportunity to Mauritian businesses from a trade perspective. Mauritius also participates, in several key African trade agreements, including the AFC, FTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area, the SADC, predominantly 16 territories, South African Development Community. We're also a member, Mauritius is also a member of COMESA, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, and also benefits from the tripartite agreement of COMESA, EAC, and SADC, and a recently signed IEPA, Interim Economic Partnership Agreement, with the EU, which gives Mauritius preferential access to European markets. Mauritius' current, largest trading partners being South Africa, France, Madagascar, UK, USA, China, India, and the UAE. And what the relevance of that is with regards to the real estate market and the Regus business is that this encourages people to come to Mauritius, set up businesses, and trade from Mauritius because of the ease of doing business, or easier, platform for doing business from Mauritius. So Mauritius remains a favorable territory for foreign investment and company setups due to its access to the African and the East. And it seems to be a springboard into these respective territories, even with the recent fiscal regulation changes. Although corporate tax remains lower than most other countries, even with the new budget. However, only time will tell if the realignment of the corporate and personal tax points will deter some. Right now, from the standpoint that we are seeing, there is still appetite, but it's also realigning who the serious players are that want to set up base in Mauritius, and that translates into space occupancy. And the Regus business model falls exactly within that sort of, springboard sort of platform where companies can come set up, they can grow, they can downsize, they can use the Regus business platform, as an incubation office space area, and then obviously grow from there or remain in there. I mean, the Regus business has retained a lot of key corporate clients over the years. And obviously their standard of delivery and service, remains consistent throughout the continent and obviously throughout the world. We will see obviously from next year onwards how the new budget affects the appetite of people wanting to set up in Mauritius. But we right now, from our standpoint, we don't see any sort of major downturn on that. The global economies are tight with regards to real estate. And hence the relevance, of being able to have a lower risk office setup is where the Regus is placed. And, the businesses in Mauritius, as you know, have got 3 good, well-established centres, Port-Louis being, the flagship, the recent setup of Ibadan, and obviously the Grand Bay Regus office services, which, is becoming a developing hub. And I believe will be, a good point moving forward.
Thank you, JP.
No, you're welcome, Andrew. I mean, I'm not sure if there are any questions from your side. I'd be happy to answer.
Any questions?
No questions from the press?
No, I think you've explained it very well.
Yeah,
So,
what are you on about?
good. So we'll say farewell to JP. It's not sunny South Africa behind you, but anyway, hopefully you're having a nice sunny day.
It's warming up. We don't have the advantage of the beautiful weather in Mauritius.
We don't have beautiful weather either at the moment.
Merci à tout le monde. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate your time and enjoy the rest of your meetup with the Regus platform in Mauritius, and have a great day. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to the Regus management.